AI is changing how people search the web, and fast. As a business owner, I've seen this shift firsthand. So I've partnered with Semrush to show you exactly how to rank in AI searches step by step. We'll break down how AI search engines actually select their sources, make your website visible to tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Bing, and explain why getting your brand mentioned by them is so important. By the end, you'll know how AI decides which sites to feature, how to check if your brand actually appears in AI answers, and 5 steps to boost your visibility fast. Because if AI can't find you, your customers won't either. So let's start by understanding how AI reads, understands, and ranks your content. How AI search works. First and foremost, traditional SEO techniques form the foundation of a successful AI SEO strategy. While AI systems can occasionally cite pages outside of high organic rankings, the majority of AI overview citations originate from pages that rank well in traditional search engine results pages, SERPs. Studies show that 70 to 80% of citations are pulled from the top 10 organic results, and nearly all AI overviews include at least one URL from the top 20. Still, there are key differences. AI prefers top-ranking sources that present clearly structured data and include trusted references throughout. In other words, you still need to rank well organically, but you should include clearly structured data that can be easily synthesized, and your backlinks need to link to authoritative websites. Now, a few other general observations are: don't focus so much on keyword targeting. Topic relevance is more important because AI systems do more than read words on a page. They actively interpret context on and across pages. Even though AI is essentially scanning everything all at once, you still want to think small. AI answers often include paragraphs from multiple websites. Think of each paragraph as a standalone piece of content rather than each page in traditional SEO. Alright, now that you've got a basic understanding of how AI SEO differs from human SEO, let's start using the AI Visibility Toolkit to see how you can improve your website today. Step 1. Benchmark your AI presence. Click the link in the description to create your Semrush account and follow along with me. Follow the onboarding process and you'll arrive on the home dashboard. Click AI in the left sidebar and select Visibility Overview. Number 1. Visibility Overview. This tool provides a snapshot of how your domain currently appears in AI-generated responses. All you need to do is copy and paste your domain name into the box here and click Check AI Visibility. For this video, I'll be using the domain name magnoliabakery.com as an example. In just a few seconds, you will be able to identify if and where your brand gets mentioned by AI. First things first, at the top of the page, just underneath the title, switch from worldwide to US so we can get more localized, relevant data. The first metric is the AI Visibility Score, which tells you how often your brand appears in AI-generated answers compared to other brands. A score of 61 out of 100, which we have here, is decent, but there's plenty of room for improvements. For example, we can see that out of a potential monthly audience of 23.8 million searches, the bakery receives only 2.2 thousand mentions from AIs. Beneath that is the Topics and Sources section. This divides data into 2 parts. Topics, broad groups of queries that you rank for in AI searches, and prompts, specific question-like queries that you rank for in AI searches. For each, you're assigned a visibility score, total mentions for your brand, the total volume of AI searches in the past month, and the intent the searcher has, what they're looking to do, for example, make a purchase or conduct research. Let's head on over to the next tool to get a better breakdown of the data. Brand Performance. Use the left sidebar to open Brand Performance. Enter your root domain in the search bar, then click Analyze. Now set the target location to the United States and the target language to English. Click Get Started. There are 4 metrics displayed at the top: Insights, Share of Voice versus Sentiments, Overall Sentiments, and Share of Voice. We'll work our way through these in reverse order, since that makes the most sense. Share of Voice tells you how often your brand is mentioned by an AI and how early it appears in the answer. For example, we can see that the bakery sits in the middle of the pack. Overall Sentiment, meanwhile, shows how favorably the AI views your business. For example, the bakery has a strong positive buzz, with 71% of the AI-generated answers portraying them favorably, and only 29% maintaining neutrality. Share of voice versus sentiment is a composite score that averages how often your business appears in AI-generated answers and how favorably the AI portrays you. In this case, Semrush classifies Magnolia as loved and loud. Insights, meanwhile, offer a few quick, top-level changes you can make to your website and content to improve your overall visibility. Before we move on, open Narrative Drivers. The Insights section gives you 5 recommended changes that'll help improve your AI SEO. And Share of Voice by platform lets you view how often you and your competitors appear in AI-generated answers across the most common LLMs. Scroll down to the very bottom of this page, and you can see additional recommendations. These AI strategic opportunities give you a more detailed list of changes you can make to better shape your AI presence. That's enough about brand performance. Let's move on to our next topic. Prompt tracking. Click on prompt tracking in the sidebar. Enter your domain name, for example, magnoliabakery.com, and click on Setup Tracking. Now, set the search engine to Google AI mode and the location to the United States. Click Continue to Prompts. This is where you can either manually enter prompts you want to track, or you can open another tab of Semrush and, under AI, select Prompt Research. Enter the topic you want analyzed. I'll keep it simple by using Bakery Chicago and Magnolia Bakery. With that done, I'll click Add Prompts to Campaign, uncheck the Send Me Weekly Ranking Updates via Email option, and hit Start Tracking. This will take a few moments to gather the data, so I'll be right back. When the process finishes, you'll find yourself on this window. Click Apply, then go to the Overview tab at the top. Now, scroll to the bottom of the page to the Rankings Overview section. Here you will see our 2 prompts, and you'll notice we missed mentions in AI answers for these related queries. You can unlock the full potential of AI search results by getting started with the AI Visibility Toolkit today. Sign up for Semrush One and enjoy a free 14-day trial, where you can check out both the AI Visibility and SEO Toolkits to win every search. The last part of Step 1 is more technical. GA Quick Check, Traffic Signals Only. Google Analytics 4 is the latest iteration of Google Analytics, and it lets you easily see where traffic to your website comes from. To check it out, you'll already need a Google Analytics account registered and linked to your business website. Go ahead and open Google Analytics. Under Reports, select Acquisition, and then click Traffic Acquisition. The metric we're specifically interested in is called Session Source/Medium. With that done, all that's left is to filter the data for AI only. To do that, you'll want to type the following into the search bar and hit Enter. Important, you will only be able to look at these one at a time, so enter each of these separately. The 3 queries are chatgpt.com/referral, perplexity.ai/referral, copilot.microsoft.com/referral. The data here will let you know how popular your website is with these 3 AIs. If you don't see any responses, that's okay. There are a lot of reasons AI might not highlight your site. The most common reason is that they can't find it, and that's the issue we'll tackle in the next section. Step 2, ensuring crawlability and access. You could have the best article on a specific topic, but it doesn't mean anything if AIs can't find it and share it with potential customers. In this section, we'll dive into how to make sure your website is easier for AIs to find and use. The first thing you'll want to do is check your robots.txt file. All you need to do is enter robots.txt at the end of your domain name, and you'll be able to see what crawlers can and cannot index your website. In my case, I'll be using magnoliabakery.com/robots.txt and hitting Enter. At a glance, you'll see a lot of crawlers have been blocked. We want to enable them so search engines and the AIs that rely on them can find those pages. If you don't know how to update your robot.txt file, then there will be a link in the description to an article that will walk you through the process. You'll also want to adjust your sitemaps accordingly. A sitemap is simply a document or file that lists your most important pages. Uploading this information enables your website to communicate more effectively with search engines. While traditional SEO focuses almost entirely on Google and the Google Search Console, you'll also want to make sure you upload a sitemap to Bing using their webmaster tools. Why? Well, because ChatGPT, by far the most popular AI tool, actually uses Bing as its search engine, not Google. Since we don't have enough time in today's video to walk you through this, I'll include a link to an article that will walk you through creating and submitting sitemaps to both of our search engines. However, it isn't as easy as pointing the search engine for AI to your website. You must ensure that they can understand and recommend your content. Here are 4 things you can do to help improve indexability. Number 1, use HTML, not JavaScript. Google and Bing can easily parse and make sense of HTML text, but they struggle to understand JavaScript. In your browser, right-click on your homepage and click View Page Source. Read through this page and confirm important text is HTML, not hidden in JavaScript. Number 2, Content Management System, CMS settings. In your CMS, for example, WordPress, check all page settings to ensure they're not set to non-index. Number 3, your website is actually visible to Google. In the Google Search Console, open URL Inspection, enter your URL, and confirm that the URL is indexed by Google with a status of 200. Number 4, make sure images have detailed and accurate alt text. AI cannot view an image or listen to a video. Instead, they rely on their alt text description of an image or the transcript of a video to make sure both are accurate and complete. An easy way to get this done is to run a Semrush site audit. Pull up Semrush. Then, in the sidebar, hover over AI and click Site Audit. Click on the name of your project. Keep the page limit set to 100 and switch the schedule to once. Uncheck Send an email once an audit is complete. Select Crawler, then click on User Agents, Site Audit Bot, Mobile, and select OpenAI Search instead. With that done, click Start Audit. Let this run in the background. We'll return to look at the site audit report in step 5. The last thing you'll want to do is double-check bot access using the Log File Analyzer. To get there, open SEO from the sidebar, and toward the bottom, click on Log File Analyzer. Upload the file, and then hit Start Processing. You'll be asked to reload your browser's page, so make sure to do that before looking over the data. Looking to the right, you'll see 2 pie charts, status code and file type. Status code is a quick and easy way to see if bots are crawling your website. Receiving 200 status codes confirms they're crawling your site. So, status code tells you if bots are crawling your website, and file type tells you what they're crawling. In general, you don't want bots to be caught up in noise, for example, JavaScript, JS, and instead focus on your actual content, HTML and CSS. Hits by pages has even more detail for us. This part of the report tells us which pages and folders search engine bots crawl most often, bot hits, how frequently search engines bots crawl those pages, crawl frequency, and HTTP errors like 404s or 200 status OK responses, last status. Following the tips we talked about earlier in this section, focusing on HTML and using detailed alt text will help boost the number of bots that crawl your website and how often they do so. All right, now that we've discussed the technical aspects of AI SEO, let's take a step back and revisit something I briefly introduced in the How AI Search Works section of this video, content structure. Step 3, structure content for AI extraction. In this section, we'll explore a few simple ways to structure your content so that it's easily accessible and extractable by AI. As we proceed through this section, there are a couple of key points to keep in mind. AI favors top-ranking sources that present clearly structured data and include trusted references throughout. Also, remember that context matters more to AI than a few targeted keywords or phrases. Produce pages that comprehensively address a topic and are valuable to your visitors. Got it? Okay, let's dive in. Make sure you have a clear heading hierarchy. Break up pages using H2 or H3 headings to make sections short and scannable for all your visitors. You should also front-load answers. All your visitors want to be able to quickly find the most important information. Write short and direct sentences at the start of a section. Then provide further detail. Make the most of bullets, tables, and frequently asked questions sections. Consider these as the essential components of a section structure. Also, don't forget to apply semantic HTML and schema markup. Using these snippets of code is another way to convey the meaning and structure of content to a search engine. For example, frequently asked page and how to. Something to keep in mind, even when AI inevitably becomes the dominant search tool, keep your content focused on people. In Google's own words, the most important thing your content can do is fulfill people's needs. In short, keep your content structured, put people first, and be unique. We'll see one of the best ways you can check those 3 boxes in the next section. Step 4. Building brand authority. According to research by both Ahrefs and SEO expert Kevin Indig, brand recognition is the best way to increase your chances of appearing in AI-generated answers. In other words, the more searches for your brand, the more your business will appear in AI-generated answers. Here are a few ways to help you increase your brand's visibility. Write guest posts. Writing for popular, authoritative, and industry-specific publications is an effective way to quickly expand your digital footprint. You can also think smaller. For example, consider producing content shared by other business leaders in your area, such as guest writing a blog, post for their website. The more you get your name out there, the more likely you'll be able to start some expert collabs. This can be anything from publishing a joint article to hosting a webinar. Partnering with industry experts is a great way to demonstrate to Google that your brand is a trusted and authoritative voice. You can also take it up a notch by publishing data-driven studies that can be commonly cited in your fields. This will passively earn you backlinks. You also need to be active on social media. This includes Reddit, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, and more. Don't be afraid to repurpose posts into YouTube videos, which often appear as sources in AI-generated answers. In other words, embrace omni-channel marketing. Use all the most popular social media platforms to meet your customers wherever they're online. Of course, having your content everywhere doesn't matter if that content is stale, outdated, or irrelevant. That's why you always need to follow the next step. Step number 5, keep content fresh. In our increasingly interconnected and rapidly changing world, businesses always need to make sure they and their contents are staying relevant. That's important to your customers, and it turns out to AI as well. LLMs draw heavily from recently published sources. According to a 2025 study by Seer Interactive, 65% of the cited content was less than a year old, and 89% were less than 3 years old. In short, recency matters just as much as relevance. The quickest and easiest thing you can do is to go back through your articles and update data from the latest reports and studies. Repair or replace broken links, and re-optimize content structure or keywords to adjust to shifting AI prompts, and highlight new strategies, services, or products your company is using or sells. Rather than spending weeks rehauling your website every year, I recommend using Semrush's content audit tool. Let's head back to Semrush and see how it works. In the left sidebar, click AI Visibility, and toward the bottom, click on Site Audit. I'll click on my project, Magnolia Bakery, to pull up a detailed view. Important: depending on the size of your website, the audits may take hours to complete. I recommend ordering the audit to run just before you go to bed. Okay, you'll see a detailed report of your site's technical performance and content relevance. The overview page provides an executive-level summary, highlighting key findings with charts and graphs. For this tutorial, we're focusing on the AI Search Health score, which is 71 out of 100. While that seems good, we have over 88 issues impacting our score. Click the number of issues to take a closer look. Here we can see all the issues identified by Semrush, as well as helpful tips on how to address them. These are divided into errors, critical technical issues that need to be fixed as soon as possible, warnings, non-technical design and content issues that need to be handled in the near future, and notices, suggestions for improving content. For example, we can see that many pages require content optimization. Several pages have low semantic HTML usage, and there are also internal linking issues. Click on the blue text next to any identified issues. I'll pick the top notice to see a more detailed explanation of the problem. While I recommend exploring each tab and page of your site's report, you get the idea. Semrush's Site Audit feature lets you quickly and easily find and fix outdated, underperforming, or broken pages. Once you've completed all the recommendations, click the blue Rerun Campaign button and start over again until your website is the best it can be. And that's it. Remember, when you're trying to upgrade your AI SEO game, follow the fundamentals of regular SEO while focusing your page structure, brand authority, and recency. Keep Google's rules and best practices in the back of your mind, and always use Semrush's AI Visibility Toolkit to identify and fix pain points. So, if you're ready to see how your brand shows up in AI searches, you can get started with Semrush's AI Visibility Toolkit today for $99 for your first month, or sign up for Semrush One and enjoy a free 14-day trial, where you can check out both the AI Visibility and SEO Toolkits. Both links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.